Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Living Our Dreams. We are continuing our progress on Operation Tree Removal. So behind me you can see a barren trunk. This is in the front of our house. We had them trim back this evergreen tree. So these circles are the limbs. So it was full and it was down all the way to the ground. And the reason that we initially wanted it taken care of is it was touching the house, and bugs and other things can get into the house when you have stuff on your house.
Enjoying the snow?
Yeah.
What little there is left of it?
So I don't know if you can tell this or not.
Yeah.
All their equipment to get to the backyard came through here. So they will come back and they'll fix up our lawn here. But because it was so wet and snow and stuff, it kind of tore it up. Not a big deal. They did have to take a couple of trees out of here. Hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you. So they did have to take a couple of these off. My plan is eventually to come through. I found out after we had the original quote that this is actually my property. So we're going to have this cleaned out in a phase 2 or 3 project down the road and get this all leveled up and looking nice.
That's the mud.
The first thing you'll notice is we can see our neighbors, like all of them. It is definitely more open than what it was before. It's the kids' play set is now easily accessible. They trimmed away the tree that was basically hanging down on it. Ridiculous amount of wood that we have, so we'll be having some bonfires or some nice outdoor fires once we get our fire put in.
Yeah, this is all the wood, well, the big wood that was left. I don't know why we need all this, but I guess
we'll get through it. It'll burn and it'll make for some nice outdoor fires for us. You can't burn it indoors. It was all pine. But yeah, we dealt with some trouble trees. You can see the neighbor's back tree there has some stuff cut off of it. That was actually, we think, hit by lightning, and it was hanging on our trees. So that's gone, so I don't have the fear of that falling on my children. And there were a couple of others like that were leaning on other stuff. There was another one over in that corner, and there was one over in this corner. So we've taken care of all of the death concerns of falling trees. They will level this up a bit. It's too cold right now with the snow and everything. So they're coming back. So this is kind of phase 1, if you will. They'll come back and they'll do, they'll scrape all the pine needles and debris away, and they'll be grading the soil for us and then putting down a layer of topsoil. And then we'll be planting our grass seed. And then the boys will be going buck wild. I know that this guy has actually talked to our guys that were doing this to have some of his trees taken out. So looks like we're gonna have a big open space.
Wow, you can really
You can see the Christmas tree
see
rows.
the Christmas tree rolls.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you can tell that they were planted way too close together if they were intended to be kept.
I never noticed it before because of all the trees were in the way, but it looks really clear now.
Yeah.
And in case you didn't know, and we said it in previous videos, this was an old Christmas tree farm.
Mm-hmm.
The trees were dead.
Yep.
We told them to take away all the dead trees, and they took away all the dead trees.
They absolutely did.
So-
They actually could have taken more. Some of the trees over on this side are ours, but I wanted them to stop at some point. I think we ended up with 56 trees that had to be taken, and I asked them again and again, "Are you taking just the dead ones?" And they said, "Yeah, they're all dead."
We do love trees.
We'll be planting some new ones.
We're gonna
We'll be
replace
replacing.
some, but we don't love dead trees that are super close to our house and clustered together and
Yeah.
posing a hazard to our.
Hazard to our house, hazard to our
Yeah.
children, hazard to us,
Yeah.
hazard to anybody that comes in the yard.
There's that back tree that we just showed you with the cut off
Yeah.
branches was a very
was a
big
death
danger
trap, yeah.
to our children, and we were told to keep them away from there. So
Yes.
there was a lot of trees that were worse off than we thought, and we're glad we took them
Yes.
down.
Yeah. The main guy who owns the company has a degree for landscaping. So he said I was better off to get rid of them and just plant some new ones and give them the space they need and the light that they'll get. You know, they won't be crowded like these guys. And,
I can't wait to get some grass.
yeah. So it'll be nice to have grass back here. Like I said, we're going to put in a nice little fire ring, especially we could do winter fires at that point. And we'll be able to get some nice heat because we've got plenty of wood. Off those, but spring, summer, and fall.
Well, we're gonna
for
have to
sure.
do some winter fall fires and some.
Yeah.
What are we gonna put this stuff when they
This?
put the grass down?
So this pile, as it sits, is not done. They will be coming back to cut these into manageable sections so that I can split them into firewood. I could do that myself, but that's a project. That's a lot of wood, and it's just easier to have the crew do it. So they're going to cut them down to 2-foot sections, and from there I'll cut them into firewood.
Oh wow! I haven't been out since they finished. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's
You
wide
really
open.
can
You
see
can see-
everything.
Basically all the
Hi,
way down that
neighbors.
way. And well, I found out in this process too that the neighbors behind us had something similar done, and they just didn't get to all their trees. And the neighbors next to us, they also had it done when they moved in. So it doesn't surprise me that this neighbor over here is looking to do it too, because for the same reason, they're dead. And they just got to go.
Under the snow is a big
Pile of
mud mess.
Mud
We would
and
not be standing here if it
Chips,
wasn't for snow.
wood chips.
They,
You
they
can
dug
see
up the
some of
yard
it.
real well.
They did grind the stumps.
We were supposed to come back shortly after the first video, but this project took a lot longer than we anticipated.
Yeah, weather didn't cooperate.
Weather, rain, snow, holidays, Christmas, New Year's. So we really today we really just finished wrapping this thing up. I feel like this is a new year, new beginnings with the yard and everything, and the probably the biggest project that we had except for some other things, but one of the biggest project we had in front of us is over. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is.
we got to replant the grass, but other than that, I'm glad it's out of the way now.
There will be more projects. Don't you worry.
Not this expensive.
We'll see.
And the last time I showed the sky, it was pretty
Couldn't see it.
cluttered with trees, but we've been getting some good sun views since the trees have come down.
Most
So
definitely. Now, I will say that the sun actually comes over the house this way. So we won't really reap the benefits in the backside of this house until summer when it's up and full. But right now during the winter, back where my son is, we see the sun during the day, and you can see it inside, but I'm looking forward to getting to reap some of that sunlight too. That's
and
gonna be huge.
the boys are already enjoying the extra space, especially with the snow down and no mud to walk through. So why? No, so you're not gonna throw that big snowball on my camera.
Mom, this is not snow.
What is that?
This is my precious ice.
Oh, it's an ice.
Yeah.
What is it? A block of ice.
It's a block of ice.
I don't want to be hit with that.
Well, I think we'll call this the end of phase 1. Why? Because I paid for phase 1. And looking forward to phase 2. Grass and level ground and whatever else may come.
Daddy, are you coming down to answer the question? Yay! He's coming.
Oops.